Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So, oh, dog's just leaving the room. I have a puppy. She gets around. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm playing as the Greenskins. So as you can see, I guess the vampire count. So 3 lots of Black Orcs, absolutely fantastic in this matchup because they don't suffer from psychology. They're immune to it. So yeah, they won't get terrified away. And obviously they're just insanely good fighters, so that really helps. Also, got a giant, don't have to worry about ranged attacks from the vampires, so having him just wade in and stomp around is absolutely amazing. Also, I've got a couple of goblin big bosses, in case he had a flying lord and landed, I could quickly get them on him. And their poison attacks would stop him running away, which is really good. Also, I can pen him in with the trolls, because, you know, nice large units, can't really run through them very well. And also, I've got the Savage Orc Biggins for anything big as well, which is really good. They're great anti-large, and they're pretty good fighters. They got, what is it, like 30-40% physical resist now? I love that buff in the last patch, that was great. It's made Savage Orcs really useful. So, so yeah, pretty formidable. And also, I usually bring the Goblin Shaman, but then every time they bring, like, you know, Khan Wraiths or Hex Wraiths or something, I've got nothing to counter them with, really. So, you know, I need some magic that I can actually use sort of offensively. So I decided to bring the Orc Shaman instead. So, I think that'll be really useful. So, if I look at this guy's team, so, as you can see immediately, he's got some Blood Knights hidden over there. He's also got some Hex Wraiths hidden over there. So, Hex Wraiths is exactly what I brought the Orc Shaman for. Also, he's got Terrorgeist. At first I thought this was his lord, but no, he's actually got Vlad von Carstein on the ground. So there'll be no sort of surrounding him, but, you know, I can just have my giant stomp him, so that's good. Also, he's got 3 lots of Graveguarded great weapons that you can't really see particularly well. There's one there, one here, one here. He's got a couple of units of Spearmen, and he's got a White King as well. So that's actually everything. Yeah, really small, but very elite army. So, yeah, quite formidable. So yeah, let's see how he does. So, immediately just move up. Because, yeah, there's no point hanging around. It's not like I've got artillery firing or anything, so just get in there and start fighting. So yeah, I do really enjoy this this makeup actually, because it's quite a small army. But there's, you know, there's sort of counters to everything. I can't think of anything that this would sort of struggle against. You know, only one unit. I've got an answer to anything he might be bringing, which is really good. And just being immune to psychology with my front line is so useful. Because yeah, the vampire counts are really good at terrifying your front line away, and then singling out your better units. So we can't have that, you know. So obviously the trolls will still run away because they always do, and you know, Savage Orcs, they're not immune to psychology, but still. So here he sends his White King out. He really moved it far too far ahead of everyone. I think he was trying to move straight into the trees with everyone, and yeah, he got caught out. So I immediately get my Goblin Big Bosses on him. So doing huge damage to him. He's been slowed down. There's no escaping that. He's surrounded by trolls. So immediately he's going to lose a very expensive unit, basically for free. So that's great for me. So here you can see the amount of damage these Graveguard are taking already because the Giant and the Black Orcs hitting them here is just amazing. So he tries to back up his White King a bit with these Graveguard, and these Graveguard will pin these guys in place for a long time actually. So here, Terrorgeist, really high damage, so getting him on the Giant is pretty useful. They can actually knock over Giants, which is pretty amazing. So here though, he starts coming in with his cavalry, so the Blood Knights come in, his Hex Wraiths come in, but you know, I've still got some Savage Orcs in reserve here. Because I'm quite happy with my front line doing its thing. Although those Black Orcs have taken quite a beating. Because yeah, those great weapons are pretty formidable. So you see, Wind of Death came out here, which was kind of a waste. It didn't really hit much. You know, very loose formation for the Savage Orcs, so it wasn't really going to do a lot of damage hitting straight into them. Here though, try and do a Foot of Gork, but he's really paying attention. He really is. So unfortunately, that just basically stomped on a load of my Savage Orcs instead. And now he comes in the back with his Hex Wraiths, and the Hex Wraiths, they will ignore the physical resist of the Savage Orcs. So they're a massive disadvantage in this matchup, although they will be able to do a fair bit of damage to the Hex Wraiths. It's difficult. It's a tough one. So you can see the, yeah, so I've got some Savage Orcs on his Terrorgeist, and they're starting to take some damage. He lost his White King ages ago, so I get my Goblin Big Bosses out. And yeah, I've just got Black Orcs and Trolls finishing off these Graveguard. So that's really useful. The trolls don't really have to worry about the anti-armor as a Graveguard, so you know they're quite comfortable sitting there. So he comes in with his Terrorgeist again. So I throw in my Savage Orcs around here. These guys are about to crumble, so it'll basically be this blob against the Terrorgeist. So that'll go quite well. Here they can see these Savage Orcs are taking a lot of damage against these Hex Wraiths. So yeah, a bit tricky. So yeah, Black Orcs, they're up against the Blood Knights. The Blood Knights have got anti-large, so this isn't the best matchup for them, but they're very formidable fighters. But then so are the Black Orcs. So yeah, quite a costly engage there for him, I think. And yeah, you can see, you know, his front line is really getting pretty knackered. So yeah, the giant is having a great time in here. He keeps summoning the odd zombie, but yeah, the leadership of my units is high enough that it's not really a problem at the moment. So I try and get around a bit. So I charge these guys in, aiming for Vlad, but you know there's still a load of spearmen in the way, annoyingly. And yeah, the Savage Orcs, did they deal with the Chill guys? Where'd they go? Oh, they went over here, and I didn't move these guys. That's a bit annoying. It'd be good to get them on the Blood Knights, to be honest. So yeah, start popping some buffs now that we're all in the thick of it. So that was what was it again? That was here we go. So plus 58 melee attack. So every hit my guys are gonna, you know, attempt is gonna hit pretty much. So that's pretty sweet. Also, this Terrorgeist is completely stuck in here. But this rear charge against the Savage Orcs is going to do a lot of damage. But in sustained combat, these Blood Knights are going to have some difficulty. So you can see now my Trolls are starting to run, as they often do. So I've got my Savage Orcs in here just to back everyone up. But as you can see, you know, a lot of crumbling going on. So yeah, it's not looking great for them. Yeah, the Giant, he's going straight for Vlad now. And here, brilliant move again. He manages to get out of there, which is a real shame. Real shame for me. But yeah, he was really paying attention to my Foot of Gorgs. Every time he saw it, he went, yep, run away. And yeah, he managed to avoid both of the ones I tried using. There, I ended up just stomping on most of my guys. But at this point, I was happy to make the risk, because I was going to win anyway. I just thought it'd be nice to finish them off nice and early. But, yeah, leadership just drops out, and everything crumbles. So yeah, it's pretty good. You see, I did take quite a few losses though. So yeah, you can see, you know, my Black Orcs took quite a lot of damage. Although saying that, you know, half a unit of Black Orcs is still absolutely terrifying. You know, half a giant, still terrifying. My Trolls, they would have come back, and yeah. So okay, maybe I did do fairly well there. Pyrrhic victory though, apparently. But then I guess I did lose half my men, so that is pretty dire. But you know, I took out his whole army though. Amazingly, he did actually have a larger army than I did, which seems a bit surprising given how elite his forces were. But yeah, pretty cool. So you can see he didn't get Vlad in the fight, which I think was a massive mistake. He could have really helped against those Black Orcs, because yeah, he can heal through so much, and when he's in combat, he heals even faster. So having him fighting Black Orcs, he could have really helped his front line out. But no, he left Vlad in the back, which was just a huge mistake, I think. Also, that White King he let get caught out right at the start. Between the White King and Vlad, they could have really started, you know, focusing down some of my heroes. Yeah, Scarsnake would have been a bit of trouble there, I reckon. But yeah, so he's playing a bit too cautiously, I think, with his heroes. Well, obviously got the White King. I think it's more the fact he lost the White King straight away. He decided, oh, I don't want that to happen to Vlad. So he was being very cautious, which I think was a shame. But Hex Rays performed very well, considering they were fighting, you know, anti-large units. They did pretty well there. But yeah, if I hadn't had those guys in reserve, then that would have been a rear charge against my guys, and that would have done serious damage. They would have done pretty well against the Black Orcs, because, you know, they would have just ignored their armor and, you know, hit them with magical attacks. So that would have been pretty sweet. But no, unfortunately he was just attacking the... I mean, he negated the physical resist, I guess. But still, you don't want them against anti-large units, really, even if they are ethereal. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool fight, though. Pretty cool fight. So thanks, Swaglord. That was a fun one. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.